For the past 3 years, I've been conducting the most important experiment of my life. I've tested every productivity hack, app, and system imaginable, all while achieving some of my biggest life goals: moving countries, purchasing property, building businesses, maintaining deep relationships, and staying healthy through consistent exercise. And through this journey, I discovered something that changed everything. Productivity has almost nothing to do with the tools we use and everything to do with the mindset we cultivate. We're bombarded with messages about the latest productivity app, the perfect morning routine, the ultimate time management system. But what if I told you that after achieving more in 3 years than I had in the previous 10, I can confidently say that productivity isn't about doing more things. It's about doing the right things with clarity, purpose, and efficiency. It's about creating a life where output and happiness aren't competing priorities, but complementary forces. Today, I want to share with you the 20 principles that transformed my productivity completely. These aren't quick hacks or temporary fixes. They're fundamental mindset shifts that create the conditions for extraordinary achievement in every area of life. Let's start with perhaps the most important principle: always cut to the chase. In every aspect of life and work, there's essential substance, and then there's filler, chit-chat, unnecessary processes, hesitation, bureaucracy. High productivity people develop a radar for detecting what actually matters and eliminating everything else. They understand that time is our most finite resource, and wasting it on non-essentials is a luxury they can't afford. The second principle involves understanding your mental RAM. Just like computers, our brains have limited working memory capacity. When you try to keep tasks, ideas, and reminders in your head, you're consuming precious cognitive resources that could be used for actual thinking and creation. The simple act of writing things down, even if you never look at them again, frees up mental space and instantly boosts your processing power. This leads directly to our third principle: the power of strategic no. We live in a world of overwhelming abundance when it comes to opportunities, requests, and distractions. The most productive people aren't those who say yes to everything. They're those who say no to almost everything. I've developed a simple rule: if something doesn't thrill me or directly support my core goals, the answer is automatically no. This one filter has eliminated countless hours wasted on mediocre commitments. The fourth principle might seem counterintuitive: take a 5-minute break every 30 to 45 minutes. This isn't about slacking off, it's about strategic recovery. Stepping away from your work periodically does two powerful things: it prevents mental fatigue, and it gives you moments of perspective where you can ask, is what I'm doing right now actually moving me toward my goals? Some of my biggest course corrections have happened during these brief pauses. Principle 5 addresses perhaps the biggest productivity killer: eliminate everything that distracts you. We've been sold the myth of willpower, that disciplined people can resist temptation through sheer force of character. The truth is, willpower is a limited resource that depletes throughout the day. Truly productive people don't rely on willpower. They design environments where temptation doesn't exist. If something consistently distracts you, remove it completely rather than fighting it repeatedly. This connects to our sixth principle: keep away clutter. A cluttered physical environment creates a cluttered mental environment. I've found that the simpler my workspace, the clearer my thinking. A clean desk, a reliable laptop, a notebook, that's often all you need. Every additional item represents potential distraction and cognitive load. Principle 7 is about the power of single, thin days. While multitasking has been thoroughly debunked, few people take the next logical step, dedicating entire days to specific types of work. On my writing days, I write nothing else. On meeting days, I meet with people. This deep focus creates momentum and quality that's impossible to achieve when constantly switching contexts. This brings us to principle 8. Stop consuming so much information. In the age of infinite content, we've developed a dangerous addiction to consumption. We read article after article, watch video after video, searching for that one magic insight that will transform everything. But productivity comes from implementation, not information. Once you find something useful, stop searching and start doing. Principle 9 is about the routine revolution. Every decision you make, no matter how small, consumes mental energy. Routines automate repeated decisions, preserving your cognitive resources for what actually matters. Your morning routine, your work processes, your evening wind down. When these become automatic, you operate with significantly more mental bandwidth. Principle 10 directly confronts the multitasking myth. Research from Gloria Market, UC Irvine reveals the shocking truth. It takes an average of 25 minutes to return to deep focus after an interruption. Every time you check a notification, respond to a message, or quickly browse social media, you're not just losing those seconds, you're sacrificing 25 minutes of productive focus. Understanding this cost changes how you protect your attention. Principle 11 addresses one of our biggest dopamine traps. Check email only twice a day. Email addiction isn't a personality flaw, it's a chemical one. Every new message provides a small dopamine hit that keeps us coming back. But this constant checking fractures our focus and leaves us exhausted. By batching email into specific times, you reclaim hours of uninterrupted work. Principle 12 might be the most transformative: no smartphone during the first hour of your day. Your smartphone's primary function is interruption, and starting your day with interruption sets a terrible precedent. That first hour is golden time for setting intentions, planning your day, and doing your most important work without external demands. This connects perfectly with Principle 13: plan the next day each evening. Taking just 5 minutes before bed to set tomorrow's priorities creates incredible focus from the moment you wake up. You're not starting your day deciding what to do. You're starting it already knowing what matters most. Principle 14 is brutally simple: keep thinking. To a minimum, most of what we call thinking is actually worrying disguised as productivity. Real productivity comes from action, not contemplation. Do first, adjust based on results. It's far more efficient than trying to think your way to perfect execution. Principle 15 is non-negotiable: exercise regularly. The research is overwhelming. Regular exercise improves mood, energy, focus, and cognitive function. It's not something you do after you're productive. It's something you do to become productive. Principle 16 brings some levity: laugh a little. Stress is a productivity killer, and laughter is one of its most effective antidotes. Maintaining a sense of humor and not taking yourself too seriously makes the productive journey enjoyable rather than burdensome. Principle 17 might be controversial but is essential: don't go to meetings. Most meetings are poorly planned, unnecessary, and exist primarily to make participants feel important. The default response to any meeting request should be no, unless there's a compelling, specific reason to say, Wes. Principle 18 provides a powerful filter: is that really necessary? Asking this question constantly about tasks, purchases, commitments, conversations reveals how much of what we do is pure habit rather than intentional choice. Principle 19 is your emergency button. If you're having a shitty day, press reset. Bad moments don't have to become bad days. Taking a walk, meditating for 10 minutes, or changing environments can completely shift your momentum and salvage a day that seemed lost. Finally, Principle 20 brings it all together: do the work. All the mindset shifts, systems, and principles in the world mean nothing without consistent action. Talking about work will always be easier than doing it, but doing it is what creates results. These 20 principles aren't just productivity tips. They're a comprehensive philosophy for achieving what matters while maintaining your sanity and joy. They've helped me accomplish more in 3 years than I previously thought possible, and they've done so while making the journey enjoyable rather than exhausting. Productivity isn't about squeezing more into your days. It's about creating days worth living. And these principles are your blueprint for making that happen.